streaming system to your infrastructure, or not specifically to your infrastructure, to the CDN provider infrastructure. Is that right?
The thing that you mentioned at the first of your statement
about the network reachability.
The Anycast and
yes.
the putting down your adjacency with not knowing that this is Anycast. We didn't have it till now because
there's some providers in Europe.
Yeah, let me put it this way. We basically advertise a same /424s, and it means 122, with different locations, and we do BGP peering with all our neighbors from every country.
Different providers.
And I think there is no direct how do I put this problem in advertising a one IP address, one range of IP address from different countries without doing anything. I mean, in the adjacency things, you just need to build your network so that it will doesn't have any loops or
Anycast.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to build it so that it would work as the best it could, you know. And we did until we were working for 2.5 years with our Anycast network, and we didn't face any of these things that you've mentioned, I think.
All right, I can elaborate on that, but I think the time is precious.
I think you two should have dinner or something together, because there's 2 more questions behind you, and we have 6 minutes to go. So thank you very much for your questions. You know each other. You should talk.
Yep.
Merci.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Hello, Nasser from Chatel.
Hi.
Thank you, Ahmad Reza, for the excellent presentation.
So much.
I have one simple note, and it is that there is a common myth that we think shortest network path or lowest network cost means the fastest connection, which is not right. Because you may have, you may have a lower network cost, but actually the connectivity quality actually is not good. So I just wanted to know if you have considered any other, let's say, a measurement for this traffic routing. Let's say, for example, like traffic router project. As you know, there is a HTTP load distributor. So first of all, it doesn't have that geo issue you discussed about the DNS, because it can look up to the fastest or any of the HTTP servers. Then the client will make the first HTTP connection. We have the TCP MSS, we have the exact client location. And then based on that, we can decide where to route this traffic. So maybe actually considering this option would actually works better.
I don't know if that actually works better, because we have heard of that, and this is one of the methods that lots of CDNs do, but those are, I think, more traditional, like the I heard about the HTTP, that one of the things that they will redirect, they will get the IP address with the TCP packet, and they will redirect it to a name that will be alias for the specific pub site, for example, that. But I think, I mean, I can ask and to see if, to get the more details, but I think what we have tested with these and the GeoDNS, I think the experience that we had with the Anycast and with the statistics that we get from our neighbor countries and the countries that we analyzed, and the traffic that they routed to the specific server that we did the peering, did the better result than what we had with the GeoDNS, and I think that HTTP thing that you've mentioned. But absolutely, we will consider that. Thanks for your
Thank you. Good job.
Yep.
Thank you. I think we have time for one more question, and we have one more question.
Hello, Nishal from PCH. Interesting. PCH run an Anycast network. For some of you that know, we do Anycast. So the first comment was to the guy that was 2 questions ahead of me, you do not need to register your routing policy in the database. Registering your routing policy is almost always an optional thing. It's nice to have if you want, but it's never really a required thing. We certainly don't have those issues. My question to you, is one of the techniques you mentioned was the use of ECS,
Yeah.
right? You didn't mention any of the concerns around that, the privacy-related concerns, the
What
leakage of
concerns?
information.
What concerns?
The privacy concerns, the leakage of information. I'm wondering why you omitted what I would think is a very important part of a very dangerous thing.
Privacy concerns? I didn't get exactly what. I know. I mean, what about that?
You don't see ECS as a huge privacy problem?
In my opinion, that I'm standing here, I don't think, because it's the standard. The ECS comes from 2012. Google and OpenDNS built a community called Faster Internet, and they invite all the providers. And I don't know if I'm actually answering your question, because
I'm curious about. I mean,
the privacy. What does it have to do with the privacy? It's a header that.
Okay, so using a name server that is ECS enabled, if I have to use if I have to request something, what it does is it exposes a rather scary amount of information about the status of my local network that I'm on. You don't think that that's a problem?
Right.
Especially in light of concerns like things like GDPR, and now that the world is moving towards actually caring about their information and data. You don't think that that's a concern?
Well, I think I don't exactly know the details exactly about that part, but what I think is that that subnet. We when Arvan Cloud started to do this using GeoDNS with the ECS, and it obeyed all the standards that were already there, and we did the exact the RFC and the everything that were already were defined there. But I think it is a general point to talk about. There might, and of course I got your point. Yes, it will because it's sending the subnet, the CIDR of the local subnet, the client origin IP address. Yeah, it might cause the security and but that's the thing that everyone is handling it, and I think.
I was just curious if you saw that as a concern. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It sounds like this is something you should be concerned about.
And excuse me if I didn't understand your questions correctly and try to answer it in a different way, and I'm sorry about that. But I just want to say one point to my friend Behzad that asked the question. And I just want to repeat it again. During these 2.5 years that we are having a Anycast, we just need to, in the legal and the import-export thing, in the RIPE and network exchanges, we just need to declare our ASN numbers that we are peered from everywhere that we did the peering, so that everything would be considered, figured out and legal to other providers and this kind of stuff. And thank you all for your attention.
All right, thank you very much for your enlightening presentation. That was the last presentation of the MENOG session. I think, Shaheen mentioned something about the social event, cleverly encrypted in Farsi. All of you have the key to that particular encryption protocol, so you know what to do. I look forward to seeing everyone at the social event. Thank you very much for today.
خب
You can all go home now.
شاهین گفت sorry Philip ساعت 7:30 تا 8 اتوبوس از اینجا حرکت میکنه برای سوشال ایونت امشب که توسط آسیاتک در واقع تدارک دیده شده. خب فکر کنم همه بشناسن دیگه. دقیقا میدون با هنر نیاوران، مرکز تحقیقات فیزیک نظری. اونجا منتظر دیدنتون هستیم. مرسی.